Hello, everybody. I'm Donald Clark. I'm an acupuncturist here at Seeing Light Healing Arts, Seeing Light Fertility. How are you? Sorry, it seems to be this 3:45 time. I should switch my time to 3:45 instead of, or 2:45 instead of 2:30. I apologize for that. I hope everyone is well. Everything's been good here this week. We've been super busy, seeing lots of people, and the weather here has been better, right? Finally, we're finally starting to get some nice weather. Stuff is drying out. Root zones on our gardens are drying out, and generally everything is much happier without the deluge of rain that we've been having. So my intention was to have hello Valerie. My intention was to have Eric Buxton here today, and they are just so busy. Close this door. They are just so busy in the lab. He could not break free, so you have to honor that, have to respect that, right? So good for them. But he assured me that next week he will be here, and he will talk all about andrology, which is awesome, because we could use his input on all this. So today I wanted to talk a little bit. I think I titled today's Facebook Live teachers, and so what I meant by that was how we all need to be teachers in our daily lives, right? There's always somebody who's looking to you for an answer on something, be it professionally or personally. There's always somebody that's looking to you, right? And that is our opportunity to be a wise person. It's our opportunity to be a teacher. So I encourage everybody to take those precious moments, be it with family or friends or colleagues, to be in the moment, listen to the questions, and answer them, as best as you can with present intention. I don't even know if that's a phrase, but we're going to make it a phrase today. Being present with good intention. So be a teacher. Everyone needs role models, and everybody needs teachers in their lives. So that's what I mean by that. So today is kind of a little bit of a off the cuff conversation on learning and Chinese medicine and good stuff like that. So, but at any point during this conversation that we're having, if you guys have questions, just speak it out. And I'll reiterate that on Wednesdays, that's when I do my personal consultations with you guys. So you can call here or email and set up a consultation, a phone consultation on Wednesdays, and we do that. The rest of the week we'll be doing acupuncture and Chinese medicine. So feel free with your questions, and we'll go ahead and I'll do my best to answer them for you. So part of everything that we've been talking about, we've talked a lot about Chinese medicine and a lot about things we can do to improve our fertility and our success rates and our overall well-being. But one thing I haven't really talked a lot about, which is really important, is rest, right? So we all know how hectic our lives can be and how busy our lives can be. And we know the value of sleep, right? But I think there's a lot of misconceptions on sleep. I think a lot of people think they can just, survive on 6-8 hours of sleep. And you can, but if you're constantly charging through your day or through your weeks or through your years, and you're bouncing between 5, 6, 8 hours of sleep, you'll be fine. But your immune system drops, and your overall fertility will drop with it. So I encourage people to sleep longer, rest more. Don't I would love to nap. I'm a napper from day one in the crib. I like to nap. So I encourage people to nap also. There's cultures that are steeped in siestas, napping, resting. So, you can still accomplish your life's goals and missions if you know, slow down a little bit too. I love that example of if you're in two cars and one's going 100 and the other one's going 70, and they're going from New York to San Francisco. Who gets there first? Well, obviously the one does, going faster, but only by a minute or two. So it's kind of true with life as well. So be mindful of your rest, right? Be mindful of your movements. You know, rush, 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 rushing around corners. You know, running around, running upstairs, running downstairs, run, 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 run. You don't have to do that. You can slow down. I think everyone, not everybody, but when we're in the mode of work mode or child caring mode or do stuff mode, we tend to pick up our pace a little bit. And again, it's that same example. The one car might finish a little sooner, but only by a minute. So, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of rushing around as compared to just slowing down a little bit? Be mindful of your movements, right? Be mindful, take care, slow down, rest. Okay, those are really important, and they kind of fall in line with more of a Zen a Zen philosophy, and and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with Zen philosophyism, philosophy, Zenisms. Anyways, so be mindful, slow down, be a teacher to people around you. Uh, you know, be that positive influence that you can be. Now, I get a lot of questions throughout my day on cold foods, right? Whether people, well, if it's okay to eat cold foods. There's a lot of literature that says, stay away from cold foods, try to focus on warm foods, and that's fine, But I'm going to try to break it down a little bit better. And I know I've gone over this before a few times, but I'm just going to try to talk about it a little bit. And it's okay to eat cold foods, right? I mean, not everything has to be cooked and warm. Ideally, your foods are cooked or steamed and warm. But for those that are not on the keto diets, then you're going to eat some raw food, right? It's just inevitable, especially for those that have gardens or love fruit or ice cream, for that matter. That's okay. That's all right. What I do encourage you to do is I do encourage you to drink some warm water afterwards. Okay. And what that's doing is it's helping raise the temperature of the foods ingested to help the body break it down a little bit more, a little bit quicker, and a little bit more to a speed in which the body is used to. So, for instance, say you had a Caesar salad with cold chicken and cheese and ice water, and then all of a sudden your stomach hurts, right? Because you ate too many cold foods. Your stomach is not used to having all of those cold foods. So I do encourage you to. I apologize. I lost track. And the reason is because if there's a lag in our video, please let me know. Um, we've had connection issues lately, and I think we were over it, but I just received a text that said maybe there are some connection issues. So if there's a lag, please let me know, and I will try to I'll try to fix that for us. So drink some warm water. What does it? It brings your body temperature, or the temperature of your belly, your stomach contents up, and the body's able to digest it a little bit quicker, and it's taking less energy. So if you just ate cold food, raw food, cold food, raw food, the body would it would take so much energy just to get it to temperature to break down, and that takes energy away from everything else that we need, right? And in today's world, um, pandemics, Delta variants, we need to stay as healthy as we can. We need to keep our bodies as healthy and our immune systems as in shape as possible. And in doing that, we're also creating a very healthy fertility um, environment too. Our nest, we call it our nest. We're keeping a very healthy nest. So, drink some warm water. I do encourage people to drink teas, right? Drink herbal teas. There's lots of great herbal teas out there, even some green tea or black tea. And, I think everyone can relate to what it's like to wrap your hands around a warm cup of tea and sit, especially in the mornings, right? When the sun's coming up. It's very calming. It puts us in a very calming place, a personal, very personal, quiet place. So I encourage people to drink tea after dinner or tea after lots of colder foods, and get back to tea. Right, it's super important. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scroll through some of the questions and see if there's some that I can answer, and we'll see what I can find out for you guys. Don't mind the finger. Sorry. Let's see. There's a question about Medicaid. Yeah, I'm not sure what insurance we do take here. I should actually really know that. I do know that there's talk of taking more insurance, different insurances. So keep your keep your fingers crossed. There's another question about grants for individuals that don't have the insurance that we take. I'm not sure, although I do I, I I believe in the past we have offered in-house grants. I could be wrong about that, but I do recall there was a time in which we did offer grants. Like I said, I could be wrong about that. I don't have the answers, but who would have the answers for that would be the billing department, or insurance for that, the insurance department for that matter. They could answer your questions on grants. And I'm not sure when it comes to acupuncture and healing arts and all that. I mean, we look at different circumstances and we evaluate it, at that point. Um, we don't offer an actual grant, although I should come up with a grant program. Thank you. There's some here that I would love to answer. I just cannot get into it. I do encourage people to go back and look at past videos, but more importantly, remember, the healthier we are, the more fertile we are. So if we can keep our diets right and keep our exercise down and keep our nutrition good, high fat keto is always a good thing. Um, low exercise, low impact exercise, high iron, right? We want to keep our iron levels high and our fat levels high, and slow down, meditate, pray. We talked about praying. Just give thanks. You don't have to pray, but give thanks for the air, for the light, for the people around you, and the goodness. Keep yourselves healthy. Keep your body as healthy as possible. A lot of insurance questions. If you have questions in regards to insurance or costs or whatnot, call me or set up a consultation, and I will go over this with you in person. Everyone's a little different, and whatever policy they have is a little different, and we're usually able to maneuver through and find some happy ending. There's no, I mean, we're very good about that. So call me. And, for all those teachers that are getting ready to go back to school, especially in the South, God bless you. Have fun. I'm sure some of you have butterflies. And the one thing that I've always admired the most about teachers is how much of your own personal money you spend on your kids. It's insane. I know here in New York, it's like the budget for education just gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and teachers' own budget gets, the amount of money that they spend gets higher and higher and higher. So awesome to you. Teachers are first line in creating beautiful people. So well done. So there's some questions on, Sarasota office. I'm not sure. Dr. Condrup's here right now, and he is just doing great. Everyone loves him. So not much longer, I don't think. To be honest with you, I think Sarasota should be up and running here pretty soon. And you know, I know he's still here and he's still doing transfers, and I'm pretty sure he's feeling pretty good about it. So it shouldn't be too much longer. If you have your retrieval tomorrow, when is your transfer? It could vary. It could vary on a few things. Again, that's why we need to have somebody from embryology here to answer those questions for you. And I know it's not going to help us today, but it can vary. If you're having a fresh transfer, it's going to happen pretty quickly. Given the vitality or how healthy the eggs are, the embryos. So it should happen pretty quickly, unless you freeze, and then it's up to you, I believe. And there's another question. Uh, is 13 eggs retrieved good? Well, yeah, it's good. That's awesome. One is good. So it's all about that essence of life. It's all about how vital and how healthy those eggs are and how they move into embryos. 13 is awesome. You should be proud of yourself. And again, I'll put this out to everybody. If you have an egg retrieval and you're feeling horrible and you're bloated and you have some fluid retention, come in and get acupuncture. We're very good at moving fluids, especially after retrievals, and I can't stress that enough. And I encourage you to do that, or contact your local acupuncturist. We don't want you to feel uncomfortable for the day of your transfer, and I know you don't either. There's another question about pricing. I don't know why we are. Um, I don't know why we're significantly cheaper than other places, other than that maybe we have more love. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people here have gone through this process, and we know what it's like to struggle with fertility and life journeys. And so maybe that has part of it. Maybe that has some of the reason behind it. I'd like to think so. Positive ANA, I don't know. Again, I wish we were going to try to redo our transfer nurse video, and that's a good question for her. The positive ANA, and how common are twins? Again, that depends. Depends on if it runs in your family, and it also depends on I wouldn't say luck, but depends on how lucky you are. So it depends on a few things. Usually, it depends on the genetics of the family tree and how likely is it. Um, IVF meds. I don't know the actual price of IVF meds. I know some are expensive, and I know some are not expensive. So depending on what protocol you're on, it depends on the on the meds. And I do believe that there are instances where people will donate back meds. I could totally be wrong about that, but it's us. You should check. Maybe there's something donated back. And but some are expensive, some are cheap. Um, so very good. Okay, so don't forget to breathe, right? Don't forget to take time for yourself, take time for your loved ones. Try to shut out news and unwanted microwaves and sound waves and all that. Try to shut that out. Turn your screens off. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Have fun. Laugh. And for all your teachers going back to school this next week, have fun. You know, um, pace yourselves because I know it can. I know it can be a lot. And be safe. Thank you.